back to the Gear Shed, where we talk about different theories and ideas about how to rig your gear and how to set up your boat. And today we're going to be talking about the utility belt. Now, as rafters, we have a lot of gear. We've got knives, we've got carabiners, throw bags, and flip lines, all sorts of stuff. So what I've tried to do is condense that down into one solid piece of equipment. And that's where this comes in. So I take all my gear, attach it to my throw bag. Now, we talked about throw bags in another episode of the Gear Shed, so you can check that out. And that'll tell you what kind of throw bag you want to have and what kind of throw bag works best for you. For me, I like the waist bag. And again, this waist bag is an all-enclosed waist bag, so pull it open, and pull your throw bag out, have it ready to go. So, other than that though, I have 3 other pouches on here. Now, 2 of these pouches are just cell phone pouches that you would put an old school style flip phone in, and the other is a grenade pouch that is commonly used in the military. So each of these pouches has different functions, and I like to keep all my gear here ready to go. The great part about this is that if I ever get in trouble, I can always pull my thing and this goes away. Now, of course, I'm losing a bunch of gear with that, but unfortunately, it's better than getting stuck on something. So the first pouch, the grenade pouch, I always keep my flip line in. Pull it out, unroll it, ready to go. Take it, flip it on, do what you need to do, and then put it back in your grenade pouch. It works really well. I like the Velcro. I've had other pouches that have little snaps on them. I find that those snaps tend to get rusted and kind of break down after a while, so I prefer the Velcro. If you can find these are the best. And the cell phone pouches, these are great because they'll fit a pair of locking carabiners in those. And we always make sure we have locking carabiners, not unlocking carabiners. Those are not what you want to be using out there on the river. So the last thing that I use for the cell phone pouch is, of course, a small pulley. And I also have a climbing nut in here. So the pulley's great if you have to do some sort of 3-to-1 mechanical advantage. If you, there's all sorts of things you could use it for. And then the climbing nut, of course, this comes in handy when you can't find a good place to tie up your boat. You can take this and you can put this right in some little crack of rock, clip your flip line into the end of it, and you're good to go. It could also serve as an anchor point. It just depends on how beefy of a climbing nut you have. It'd be good to understand how these work, and if you don't understand how they work or you're not a climber, I would kind of relegate this just to tying up your boat. There's a variety of other functions that I use it for, but I keep all of those in there. Now, in terms of all this gear, I notice a lot of people take carabiners and clip them up here. Now, it keeps it ready to go, and it's on your PFD at all times, but the problem that I see with this is anytime there's some other sort of rope or anything around, this could catch on it. And if you forget to lock your carabiner, this thing can catch on all sorts of things. Take the perimeter line of the boat, you're leaning way over, and if this isn't locked, there's a potential that could happen. It's a very small one, but any other sorts of ropes or any other sorts of things that it could clip on, you could even clip it onto somebody else's jacket accidentally. That would not be the ideal situation. So I really don't like to keep them up here. The other part of that is when you're bouncing around on a raft, this can come up and hits me in the face. So I really don't like to keep my carabiners here. That's why I usually keep them on the utility belt. The other thing that I see a lot is with the flip line. I really don't like flip lines around the waist. I notice a lot of people do this. They'll take the flip line, wrap it around like this. It's a very common thing to do. And with a twist lock carabiner like most people have on their flip lines, this can easily turn and unlock. This can get caught. I've personally been caught a few times by brush on brushy creeks. You end up getting caught by this, it pulls you out of the boat, then you're tangled up in a strainer already. So I just don't like having these little attachment points, and people will talk about, say, oh, I don't like having this thing rigged on my boat because it could catch, but then they'll go and put a flip line around their waist. So I just like that consistency of having everything in one place, and kind of makes me feel like a superhero too, so that's kind of fun. But you can reach over, open your pouch, grab what you need. It's right there at hand. And then one thing I didn't have in my utility belt today was a pressic. I usually keep a pressic on me, but the point of that is if you ever have to do a 3-to-1 mechanical advantage, and say you have a couple guides who have all this gear on them already, you don't need to go fishing back in the boat for your unwrap kit. You can pull out your throw bags, you can pull out your carabiners, you can pull out your pressics, even pull out climbing nuts and pulleys, whatever you need. It's all right there, ready to go. Clip it in, pull the system out, pull your boat off if need be, or whatever you're trying to do with it, and then there you go. Put it all back, get going down the river. It's not a big mess and hassle, and makes it so that all your gear is in one place. So that's our advice on the utility belt. Please like and subscribe, and then stop on back by for some more tips from the Gear Shed.